Hi, welcome to It's a Crime. My name is Linda, and today we're going to be talking about a 27-year-old Canadian that is missing. Her name is Holly Clark, also known as Holly Ellsworth Clark. And she went missing on Saturday, January 11th, 2020 in Hamilton, Ontario. She was last seen at 4 p.m. that day. She was born and raised in Calgary, and then not long ago she went to Hamilton to pursue a music career. Now, the day before she went missing, Holly's parents had a voicemail from Holly where she was crying and pleading that she'd like a plane ticket back home. As she's crying, she says, "I would really like a plane ticket out of Hamilton to Calgary, please. And I would like to come home and I would like to see you and Dave." Dave's her father. "I'm missing you so much. I love you so much. So that's all I want in the world is to see you and Dave because I love you so much." And then she gains her composure and says, if you can please help me with a plane ticket, that would be really greatly appreciated. "Okay, I love you." And then she pauses and then says, "I love you and I'm looking forward to hearing from you." And then another pause and then she says, "Okay, bye." I'll leave the link below to that voicemail so you can hear it. And Holly's dad, Dave, says, "She called us and said she had been running from two men and was afraid for her life. We didn't know what to think. It sounded preposterous. I said I was coming out to get her and the next day she disappeared." He also says, "We have been doing a lot of detective work figuring out what her state of mind was and what was going on. There were oddities other people believed were linked to mental illness, and we went with that. She said some things that sounded preposterous, but everything about her disappearance is consistent with her being absolutely terrified and just running." Now, about her mental health comment, apparently her roommates in the days before leading up to this called 911 because they said Holly broke into her own window to her house one of the days before her disappearance. It's not clear which day though. It just says one of the days before her disappearance. Now, if two men are chasing her, like she says, or running after her, then going through the window to me makes sense if she's afraid. Maybe she doesn't want them to see her going in the house and went a different way. If you feel like you are being followed or chased after or whatever the case may be, or even watched, it's terrifying. And there is a reason, obviously, why she felt like she had to go through the window. So she tells her parents that there's two men after her, and she's also seen going through the window and being upset. Holly is described as 6 feet tall and 200 pounds with blonde hair. She was last seen wearing a long sleeve black shirt, black pants, black boots, and may have had a black waist pouch on. Holly's height would definitely have her stand out. She's 6 feet tall. Not a lot of women are 6 feet tall, so she would stand out. And from the sounds of it, this girl can hold her own. Yes, she's 200 pounds, she's 6 feet, but she was also a gold medalist and a 3 times gold medalist and a silver medalist at the national level for wrestling. And she's an athlete. And athletes are typically confident in their abilities, especially at that national level where she won gold and silver, right? So if she's scared of two men, she's scared of two men. Now, this is what police had to say. "We have no information to suggest there's anything criminal in nature related to her disappearance. When she left, she was distraught and in crisis." And her dad says he's at odds with law enforcement. He says, "It's been agonizing, it's become frustrating. The police have not been very helpful when it comes to eliminating possibilities. I want to have some sort of life from her," he says. Now, both parents went to Hamilton since her disappearance and have been coordinating with searches with the police. They've been hanging missing person flyers around town and even chased leads that they've themselves received. Hamilton police has conducted ground searches, but so far has not been successful in finding Holly. And Dave says, "We've had a lot of leads and none of them have really panned out. Nothing has turned out to be real right now. We're lost. We'd appreciate any help we can get." Then he says that he has received tips that indicated his daughter may be a victim of human trafficking. But Hamilton police said the lead investigator of the case has no reason to believe that at this time. There were 3 reported sightings that came in of Holly at a budget inn in Hamilton, and by witnesses alleging his daughter was alive but drugged in a motel, and also reported that there was 2 men with her. Police canvassed the area and said they couldn't justify the search warrants because they didn't have enough evidence. So they couldn't search the rooms because they had to get 48 warrants for 48 rooms. And I can totally understand the frustration that they may have. Now, Holly's dad said to a police officer, "We came to the hotel then where there were 2 tips within 45 minutes and nobody looked in the rooms." A couple was the first to report the sightings, and both of them said that they had identified Holly. 45 minutes later, another person called. The man described to Dave what he saw. He said he described somebody who was drugged out of her mind and being accompanied or dragged along by another man. He also said it's completely consistent with a girl who is terrified out of her mind, who is being pursued by 2 men, as she said, and who is trying her best to escape or perhaps to fight them off. So there is currently a petition for the budget in to be closed down, and at the time of this video, the petition was at 5,662 and have signed out of 7,500, and the petition is to basically close it down because there's all kinds of illegal activity going on there. And from the reviews that I've read, that it's pretty sketchy part of town or pretty sketchy place. Now, Holly frequently visited local music nights and open mic nights in town, and she also worked remotely for a condo management company in Calgary by phone and email during the day. So she was busy scheduling work, music, personal life plans in this month, and including for the day that she actually disappeared. And her dad said she was a normal girl like a week ago. She was planning gigs and jams with her friend. She played at a restaurant. She had a jam planned for Saturday with her friends. I wonder what time she was actually set to meet with her friends. There is images of her leaving her place at 4 p.m. and Budget Inn is only a couple blocks away when I saw on Google Maps. So I wonder where she was supposed to meet her friends. Was it the same direction? Was it a different direction? And I'm assuming that she was on foot, but I don't know. There's no reports that if she had a car or not. Her friend says she's the kind of person when you meet her, you instantly feel like you're her friend. She's very ambitious musically with her career and always working to improve herself. I read another comment that said she's the type of person that you would want her to babysit your kids. There are numerous people who are volunteering and searching in the Hamilton area. Posters are being put up, but I also read that there were reports of some people tearing down those posters, which is crazy. I want to thank one of my viewers who told me about Holly's disappearance, and she's also helping out with the search. If you have any info, can you please call 905-546-4925? Check the description below as well. There's also a Facebook page called Holly Clark Search, and there's also an email as well that you can send at bringhollyhome2020@gmail.com. I hope that the family and friends can get some answers and more clues to this. It sounds like a really frightening experience. Obviously, she wanted to come home. Something was super bothering her, and she didn't make it that night to go out and jam. I did read that her bank account has not been used or accessed either. So I think that biggest clue would be at that Budget Inn with reports of seeing her. Please share this video as much as you can, and if you have any information, even if you don't think it's a big deal, it may be a big deal. So please come forward, message the contacts that I mentioned. Please share this video, please like this video, and comment below with your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching. See you soon.